If you do not already have a content calendar for your YouTube channel, your blog, your Instagram, TikTok, whatever platform it is you create on, my goal by the end of this video is to convince you that creating and having a content calendar for your chosen platform is going to help you to be so much more accountable, organized, and grow faster. So a pretty good place to start off this video is by asking, what exactly is a content calendar? It is an extremely powerful tool used by content creators, by influencers, and their teams to better organize, manage, and schedule their content. And I am not even going to lie to you guys, I did not have a content calendar for the longest time. My creator friends have been telling me for years that they are game changers, that they're going to change your life, they're going to change the way that you create content, told me that they are a tool every single creator should be using, and I just didn't. Until the very end of January, when I finally decided that for the month of February and onwards, I was finally going to give using a content calendar a shot just to see what the whole big deal was all about. And then within the first few days of February, my channel's performance actually went up by over 500%. And a very large majority of the credit for that overall performance definitely comes down to having a content calendar. So that is why I'm here making this video, to share all of this with you guys. Because in the last 28 days, I went from planning, creating, and posting literally whatever content was convenient to having an actual strategy that once again made my channel's performance go up by over 500%. So as for where and what you can actually use to create a content calendar, that really all comes down to personal preference. I have some creator friends who use Google Sheets. I know some people who use a straight up Google or Apple calendar, and I also have some creator friends who use much fancier tools like Trello or Asana. I myself personally do actually use Notion to create my content calendar, which I will get more into in just a minute, but it really does come down to whichever tool you prefer to use, which interface is best for you, and also which one you enjoy using the most. So now let's take a little look into exactly how I've set up my content calendar and how I use it. So again, like I said, I do use Notion for my content calendar. This is actually a blank template I used from Notion that was originally a to-do list template, made a few little edits and tweaks to turn it into a content calendar. So as you can see, my content calendar actually has a bunch of different columns and rows. It has 4 total. The very first row of which is just a very simple checkmark row where I check off whether it's a video I have already uploaded or if it's an idea that is still to come and to be uploaded. Then into the second row, this is where I usually jot down the idea or tentative title that usually 99% of the time I end up changing. It's really just to give myself enough of a title to get sort of the gist of the topic or idea. Then moving into the next row, that is my date row. That's usually where I write in the exact date that the video was uploaded on. So if ever I need to reference what day I posted this video on or what day I did a brand deal on, then that makes it much easier to reference rather than going through every single video in my YouTube studio to find the date. And then also for upcoming videos, also helps me to have that act as sort of like a deadline. And then we have the fourth column, which I use as sort of a tagging system. So this is where I tag videos either as done if I have uploaded it, if the video is still in the scripting and planning process, or if it's just a video idea I came up with that has not really been looked at or planned yet. Oftentimes the idea ones are video ideas or concepts I will get when I'm out and about and away from my laptop. So I will just open up Notion on my phone, go over into my content calendar, and throw in the idea to be looked at during a planning session later. Which is actually one tip I cannot stress to you guys enough. If you do have a content calendar, no matter what platform or tool you are using, try to have it be a tool that you have access to on multiple different devices, because you never know where inspiration may strike or when you might get the most random of ideas that you are super excited about, and you don't want to get that excited over an idea and then end up forgetting it. So my tip to you is to find some kind of a content calendar tool that allows you to sync up on all your various devices, so that whether you're on your computer, your tablet, your phone, whatever, you're able to access and update your calendar. Now there are 4 main reasons why creating and having a content calendar is not only going to change the way that you plan and create content, but it's also going to kick up and skyrocket your productivity so that you are cracking out way more content way more often and helping your channel or platform to grow. Firstly, a content calendar is really going to help you to be a lot more accountable and consistent, which frankly throughout the month of January is something that I really needed come February. If, like me, you are absolutely the type to film a video or write a blog post or make TikToks or Reels literally whenever it's convenient and when you have the time, this is definitely for you. Because let's be completely honest, when is the last time that you had a deadline hanging over your head and unless you asked for some kind of an extension, you did not meet that deadline? I can tell you, not very often in my lifetime. So by having a content calendar where you're giving every single one of your upcoming videos or blog posts or Instagram or TikToks an actual deadline to post, it's not only going to help you to stay a whole lot more accountable, it's also going to help you be a lot more consistent. And again, as we've said so many times for platforms like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, every single one of those platforms favor accounts and channels that are consistent, which is actually exactly what happened to my channel at the very beginning of February. In the first like 5-10 days of the month, YouTube actually gave me a little pop-up in my YouTube studio that told me that my performance actually went up that high because I was just so much more consistent and putting out so much more content than in January. Secondly, a content calendar is also going to help you to be so much more productive, especially if you have a full-time job or other commitments outside of YouTube and you often find yourself really lacking the time to create and post content. When you have a content calendar where your content is planned for weeks, sometimes even months in advance, it is then going to make it so much easier to batch all of your work, which essentially means taking similar tasks or to-dos within your creative process and getting them all done all at once. So if, for example, you have 12 videos for YouTube that you have to script and outline, if you have 12 TikToks you have to make, if you're going on a photo shoot and you have like 50 posts for the upcoming month that you have to make, when you have to go over the exact same process for every single individual piece of content, it is really going to slow down your process. But if thanks to your content calendar, you are able to batch your to-dos, if you're able to script all your videos at once, if you're able to film all your TikToks at once, if you're able to sit down and have a session within Canva where you create all your graphics for any given platform, it is going to save you so much time, make your process so much easier, and help you to crack out content so much more consistently. Also, a content calendar is going to help you be a lot more organized where your content is concerned. If at any point I need to know or reference exactly when one of my videos was uploaded, it's right there in my calendar. If I need to know exactly which keywords or tags I used on any one of my videos, I just open up the page for whichever video it was and all the information is right there within the same page. If for whatever reason I want to reference how long ago I uploaded video on this topic that I'm currently planning, again, it's right there in my calendar. I have seen such a massive rise in my organization and feeling on top of things since I first created a content calendar, and I can definitely tell you, as somebody who suffers from anxiety and panic disorder, that is so clutch. Your content calendar is also going to allow you to be so much more strategic with your content. Just as an example, I try to keep a really healthy balance between videos I'm uploading because I know my audience wants to see them and videos that I upload because I'm genuinely passionate about that topic and don't really care how it performs. If you want to get a little bit more strategic and plan your content or videos around certain times of year, like if there's an iPhone or product launch that you want to create content around, if you are planning for the Christmas season or your spring videos or summer videos, planning your content ahead and having a content calendar is going to make all of that so much more seamless and easy. So now, keeping on to the theme and topic of strategy, how do you actually use a content calendar? First step is to actually determine your schedule. Now, if you've been around my channel for long enough, you probably know that I despise having an upload schedule. I absolutely hate having my content tied to a specific upload date because a lot of the time it forces you to be inspired when you're not really feeling it. However, on a good week when I'm feeling really inspired and motivated, my goal for 2023 is to post a video every 2 to 3 days, which then really helps me to plan all the content in my content calendar to be uploaded every 2 to 3 days so long as I'm feeling in the mood. Also allows me to make any necessary changes when I'm just not in the zone, not really feeling it, and need to postpone a video. Just like I said earlier, having post deadlines is really going to help you to be a lot more accountable and a lot more consistent. It's what's going to really help you to be a lot more consistent, not only with the frequency of uploads, but also with your actual content itself. Then the second step is to figure out exactly what it is you are uploading on your given platform. As I discussed in my last video, I am a huge fan of being your own niche. I don't believe in putting a content creator in a box or in a specific category. I personally believe in creating content around your passions and reaching people who have the same interests and likes as you do. So for me personally, I don't ever get super deep into planning content pillars or getting super specific into, okay, if I'm uploading twice a week, then I upload one video from this category on this day and then one from this category on that day. Just like I said in my last video, I am perfectly aware of what the goal of this channel is. I know what purpose I'm serving with my videos and my content. I know roughly who my target audience is and who YouTube is showing my videos to. So whenever I'm coming up with concepts for videos or researching different video ideas on Pinterest, YouTube, whatever else, I know exactly whose shoes to put myself in and who it is I'm trying to reach as an audience. However, in my last video, I did discuss the concept of content brainstorming maps, which you can definitely check out if you want to, but that for me, I think is really the sweet spot between creating content that people are searching for, that I know my audience really wants to see, but also creating content I am equally passionate about, that really excites me and inspires me. That I really do think is the perfect sweet spot between creating content that motivates you and that your audience really wants to see. And again, as soon as I figured that out, I looked at my content calendar and right away I cracked out, like no exaggeration, between 50 and 60 new ideas for videos. And then the third step, once you have created your content calendar, is to get a little bit more strategic with what you're posting when. I like sometimes to sit down with my content calendar, look over all the ideas I've come up with and sort of organize what makes sense to post when. Even if I don't like having super strict content pillars or uploading this then and that then, I do try to organize my content in a way where I'm not uploading 3 videos in a row on the exact same topic. If, for example, I have 5 different videos planned about how to make money on YouTube, I do try to space them out a little bit. Definitely finding a balance between being strategic but not too rigid is really gonna help you to grow. But yeah, you guys, that is all I had for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful, insightful. As always, thank you all for watching. I love you all to the moon and back, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!